What's up guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. So today we're going to be doing a tutorial on how to create these seamless transitions that you have seen in Sam Kolder's videos in terms of his drone shot. If you guys haven't seen his drone highlight reel, I'll put the link in the description below. You guys can check it out because it's absolutely crazy. But for now, let's hop into After Effects and I'll show you guys how it's done. Alright, so once you guys got After Effects over, you're going to drag in the two drone clips that you want to use. So drone clip number 1, and then you're going to stagger the drone clip number 2, kind of about where you want to start. So it's going to go from this drone clip to this drone clip right here. I'm going to put these two shots in the description below for you guys to download and follow along if you guys don't have clips of your own. So for the first drone clip, I actually added a speed ramp to the end of it, just so this ridge goes out of frame a little bit quicker for me. I won't talk about how to do that, but there are tons of YouTube tutorials on how you guys can do a speed ramp. So once you have this clip in, you're gonna drag this over to about where you kind of want it to start. So I kind of want it to start there. I'm gonna click on the pen tool and draw a mask just around this. So it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just gonna draw a mask around this, right down right here, boom, just like that. So this is what you're left with. And then from here, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna want to go over and click on the mask and set a keyframe or mask path. You're gonna go back a few frames. I'm just gonna go back about 3 frames and drag this up because I do not want it to start quite yet. And then I'm gonna go back to the other keyframe that I set. I'm gonna go about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this ridge line is kind of weird, as you guys can see right here. It kind of comes over from a 2D and it looks 3D once you see more of the ridge right down here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep my eye on this right here, this little patch of green. I'm gonna drag this down just a little bit, maybe lower this keyframe a little bit right here. Bring this one up a little bit. Alright, so from right here, you're gonna go over a few more keyframes right here. Remember, I'm keeping my eye on this patch right here. If you don't have a clear ridge, that's what you gotta do. So I'm gonna click all my keyframes again, drag it down to about right here. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm just gonna completely drag it across. So now it's out of frame. Let me just go back to this. And this is what you're left with right there. So now what you guys want to do is from there, this is not perfect as you guys can see, but we will be adding a few more things to it to make it a little bit better. I'm just gonna drag this up at this keyframe a little bit right there. And maybe fix this so it's not pointy. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do right there. So I have this. All right, now what I'm gonna do is you're gonna go over to your effects and presets. You're gonna search up color key. Before you do that, you're gonna Control D to duplicate this clip. You're gonna go down to drone 1 and you're gonna delete the mask on it and actually turn it off for now because we don't need it. You're gonna come back to here. You're gonna drag the color key onto your drone clip that you just duplicated. Go back in the timeline right there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click the little eyedropper, click on the blue, bring up the color tolerance, and get rid of the rest of this guy. I'm just gonna fix this keyframe right here, bring this down. All right, and it's still a little bit right there. All right, so once you mess around the color tolerance a little bit to get rid of this guy, you're gonna just scrub through your timeline, and you do see how I lose some of that right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back a few frames from this. So right where it kind of starts. So you kind of see it starting right here. Gonna go back a few frames from that. Click on color tolerance. Go set a keyframe, go a few frames forward. Just turn this up a little bit more to cover more of that. Just like that right there. Gonna go a few more keyframes to see if it does it again. And I do not see it doing it again, so that's good. So right here, I just want to get rid of this blue because it's a little bit too blue for me. And I kind of want it to be flush with these colors right here. So I'm just gonna drag this down a little bit. All right, so let's see how this looks. All right, so there's just a few things I want to fix here. So I want to get rid of more of this blue. I'm just gonna click all this, bring it down a little bit. All right, let's see what that looks pretty good. So it's not completely done, so we're gonna do a few things to smoothen out this edge right there. So from here, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna turn on back this drone layer that you had, and that will just leave you with the original clip. What you're gonna want to do is bring the timeline right to the start of the clip you're transitioning into, and you're gonna click on opacity. You're gonna turn it down to 100 right there, and then you're gonna bring it right about there and turn this down to 0. So now it looks like this. Just like that right there. Play it from the beginning, it's blown out sky, and you kind of see it turn red a little bit. Boom. Just like that. All right, so once you guys have that done, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna go up to your effects tab. But first, what I want to do is I'm just gonna nest both of these clips. Pre-compose, I mean. Move all attributes into a new composition. I'm gonna click OK. So anything I do to this now will change both of the clips. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into directional blur. All right, so what I'm gonna do right here now is I'm gonna click right about right here. Click the direction, the blur length. I'm gonna bring it a few keyframes forward. I'm just gonna blur it out. So I kind of want it to go in that direction. So you're just gonna mess this around till you get it in the right direction that you want. So that looks about good for me. A little bit more blur on it. So this is what it looks like now. Kind of just helps with the edges of this a little bit. So also what you can do is you can go back into here, your pre-compose, just turn up the feather just a little bit. Let's go about 8. And you can also turn up the edge feather on this, turn that up a little bit from there. All right. Go back to comp 13. So the feather just helps smooth it out a little bit more. So now this is what it looks like from here, guys. So once you guys are done, you're gonna have something that looks like this right here. So just like that. I've actually used this technique to transition into a waterfall. I'll show you guys a clip right now. So you can use this technique for a lot of different things. Just gotta be super creative with it. And that is it for the tutorial, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please comment, like, and subscribe to the channel, and maybe even turn on your notification bells because it would really help this channel out. And right now I am a nobody.
Nobody cares.
But I'm going to be releasing at least one tutorial a week, or I'm going to try. And I want you guys to keep in the loop. And I'll be covering some of your favorite filmmakers like J.R. Alley, Sam Kolder, Matt Como, Rory. The list goes on. There's a lot of talented people out there. So if you guys enjoyed, do those things. And if you don't, well, see you guys in the next video. Peace.